Back in 2010, a team of Mercury Steam Entertainment, along with the highly recognized Kojima Productions, brought hold a not-so-fresh taste to the hack-and-slash genre, but a breath of fresh air to the Castlevania series with Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Lords of Shadow proved to be a game well worthy of its genre, with an interesting story and the use of revisited but enhanced mechanics you'd find in other hack-and-slash games around its time, following a chosen man named Gabriel Belmont, whose quest turned from fighting for good to being the center of evil. Now in 2014, we're looking at a sequel, this with Mercury Steam in full control as we once again revisit Gabriel, but in a much darker aspect than before, as he is now the Prince of Darkness, Dracula. Yeah. In the first Lords of Shadow, playing as Gabriel gave you a sense of fighting for the greater good as you battled through various evil creatures on a path to stop the adversary, being a fellow brother of light. In Lords of Shadow 2, the tone is nearly reversed as we now visit a sinister and cunning version of Gabriel as Dracula. The story starts off in old times and advances a few centuries ahead into present day as an old, drained, and defeated immortal Dracula awakens to learn that Satan is on his way back and is out for revenge aimed at Gabriel and Zobak, another fellow past member of the Brother of Light. Basically, Zobak offers Gabriel a deal, help him stop Satan yet again, and he will grant Gabriel his one dying wish, the end of his immortality. Gabriel, or now Dracula, adventures to regain his powers along his journey. Along the way, he realizes that he's a huge target for more than just Satan, and is guided by various creatures during his quest. This in particular story is interesting because it's the first Castlevania to touch its story into present day while also blending in with old time, and blending the two worlds in pretty damn good. Overall, I feel it delivers in this aspect with a good plot, although having some holes in sections of the game and some areas that lack sense. It's still unique and has a very worthy gothic tone.
Beware of the jailers. They no longer serve their master.
Wait.
Medusa has your chaos powers.
Falling under the shadows of the higher power new generation of graphics, you would think that Lords of Shadow 2 falls short, being only released on Xbox 360, PS3, and ported to PC, but it actually doesn't. Lords of Shadow 2 holds its own on the console generation that it's in, but that doesn't mean it gets off easy. There are a lot of noticeable texture generating problems throughout the game, not heavy, but worthy of being noted. Character models sometimes have a sense of washed out blends and whatnot, and also the same goes for environmental areas. Now, as far as bosses and everything as a whole, the game looks beautiful, I can say that. I can also say that Lords of Shadow 2 holds a great balance in frame rate, staying at a consistent, and this is at least while I was playing, a consistent 60 frames per second, dropping as low as only probably 55. And the motion blur in this situation actually adds a nice touch to the game. Being a hack and slash game, gameplay is often most relied on, and in this case I really do appreciate the gameplay in this game. Like its predecessor, it carries a lot of textbook aspects to good value such as the parry system, common sense in battle tactics, quick dodging, and obstacle climbing. All these work well and will make any hack and slash fan feel right at home. But that's the thing for me. Lords of Shadow 2 brings hardly any innovation to gameplay, but more so just plays it safe, which is definitely not something to knock, but does make you wish they added their own flavor besides the gothic tone in the story. Lords of Shadow 2 does add an aspect of stealth that the game honestly could have did without, but luckily it's not overused and doesn't throw off the balance the way you'd expect. It just feels weird playing a game that's so fast paced and then being forced into a mandatory sneak in some sequences. One thing that has improved though is the camera. Wisely done, the camera is now yours to fully control rather than a fixed camera, and this makes it a lot easier when maneuvering and fighting these newer and faster enemies. Another thing worth noting is that the game feels a lot less linear than before. I feel like I have more options now than moving in a single path like before. I feel more freedom to explore my surroundings. Lords of Shadow 2 also feels more rewarding, as you have to work your way into new moves and skills, and in some cases making it impossible to get past certain hidden areas without harnessing a certain skill that you have to earn. Overall, the gameplay is without a doubt a worthy successor to its last in multiple areas, and although not as innovative as I had wished, it delivers solid performance in keeping the game balanced in a form that is not overcomplicated. Dracula has returned, and I can honestly say he's pretty badass in this game. Lords of Shadow 2 holds itself up on a lot of things, and you can tell that although the first Lords of Shadow was a success, Mercury Steam still listened to its problems from fans and gaming enthusiasts and looked to improve this a lot. A good story, decent presentation, and very solid gameplay was presented in this sequel of around 16 hours to beat. I give Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2 an 8.0 out of 10. This is iDCL, and I'm out. Peace.